The 2018 Absa Cape Epic Route, proudly brought to you by Land Rover. The Absa Cape Epic, the untamed African mountain bike race, unmatched in its splendor, unrivaled in its rawness. A race that tests mental and physical preparation, where crisp mornings can turn to unwavering heat and howling gales. It is unforgiving, limit testing. It takes. It also gives back memories that will last forever, and access to the elite group of riders who can say that they have completed the Absa Cape Epic. Do you have what it takes? The Prologue. 20 kilometers. Climbing 600 meters. The mountain. A high-revving race against the clock on the mother city's finest asset, Table Mountain. Yes, it's short, but the punchy climbs and washed-out descents demand your full attention throughout. After leaving the manicured lawns of UCT, you will charge into Table Mountain National Park on a loop around the mountain before returning to a cheering crowd, no matter how long you've been out. Stage 1. 110 kilometers. Climbing 1,900 meters. Nowhere to hide. A stage that separates those who have prepared from those who haven't. While you've trained with your partner, being able to race together is an entirely new world. Realizing that your partners to the end may get you through this stage in Robertson, or unravel your plan entirely. Tark-up Climb, the toughest challenge of the day. A brutally steep and rocky climb leads riders straight into the Land Rover technical terrain. Skin and Bones Descent. Remote neglected dual track where line choice has never been more important. Skillcrafts. 14 kilometers of upward slogging. The 2-minute rule could become a reality here. Stage 2. 110 kilometers. Climbing 2,000 meters. Against the ropes. Stage 2 is jabs, hooks, uppercuts and haymakers. Before you know it, you could be up against the ropes fighting to stay upright to the end. There will be early attacks after leaving Arabella. The climbs come when you thought there might be a descent. Flow is hard to come by, and late sucker punches will demand a plan B. The Balboa Climb, an early encounter of the treacherous kind. A narrow, steep and rocky climb that pulls no punches. 1-2-3 combo, a loose and jagged climb that is littered with devil thorns that could deflate more than just a tire. Bosvark Single Track. Single track like no other. When you think you'll be freewheeling down, the trail snakes upward and every inch is hard-earned. This will be truly testing as it features the Land Rover technical terrain. Stage 3. 122 kilometers. Climbing 1,800 meters. The longest day. 120 kilometers of mental and physical tests that just keep coming as you trade blows from Robertson to Worcester. You've prepared to go the distance, but completion might come down to tire choice. Do it poorly and there will be more plugging than pedaling. If the elements play ball, this stage will be one to remember. If they don't, it'll be tough to forget. Porcupine Trap, a flat-out section through sandy feinboss trails toward the saggy stone brewery. Beware of porcupine dens that could swallow a man whole. Pen Hill, an isolated, seemingly endless 3.5-kilometer climb consisting of loose rocks that arrives towards the end of the 16-kilometer ascent. Choose your own adventure, a twisting section of feinboss-surrounded trail where line choice will be the difference between making it out with rubber left on your wheels. Stage 4, 111 kilometers, climbing 1,800 meters. Battle Royale. The Queen Stage, traditionally the toughest and most demanding stage of any race. Today will be big on tradition. Single track will be linked with more single track as you transition from Worcester to Wellington. And when you think that there can't possibly be more, you'll be proven wrong. This stage will follow a very strict formula. Hurt, smile. Hurt, repeat. Every effort will be rewarded with a smile before the grimace resurfaces. Goudini Spa Single Track. Brand new, purpose-built mountain trail that viciously links Goudini with the Paarl-Franschoek Valley and its renowned trails, including the Land Rover technical terrain. A white-knuckle 6-kilometer traverse across the valley where rogue rocks and bar-snatching brush lie in wait. The Thud Buster. The promised grimace will arrive soon as riders hit the base of the Thud Buster segment. But once summited, the uninterrupted vistas and tricky descent offer the brief return of a smile. Baines Kloof Pass. Riders native to the Western Cape know that even though completely tarred, Baines Kloof's repeating corners offer little respite, especially if the wind howls. Stage 5, 39 kilometers, climbing 1,430 meters. Against the clock. Flat out, but far from flat. That sums up the first time trial that the Absa Cape Epic has seen since 2011. It's a race against the clock that truly measures all. With 5 days of punishing riding leadening your legs, the promise of a short stage may seem like a welcome relief, but the true test will be not underestimating the perils of this stage. Plantation, a leg tester in the truest sense of the phrase. Time can be made up here, but it can just as easily be lost. 7 Peaks Climb, the final push before the fun. The 7 Peaks Climb's false summits may break a few hearts, but it grants access to the Land Rover technical terrain for the day. Cool Runnings and Cool Runnings 2. The Land Rover technical terrain is a twofold segment of narrow, fast and furious single-track descents that could rattle the teeth right out of your smile. Stage 6, 76 kilometers, climbing 2,000 meters. True Grit. Stage 6 dives straight into the Baines mountain bike trails in Pass, an area that is familiar to many Cape Epic riders but cannot be underestimated as surprises may lurk in every corner. The aftermath of Stage 5's time trial around Wellington will be sure to linger in the legs, adding to what has been one of the hottest stages in the past. Will the heat return? Or will the heavens open and turn dust into sludge? Green Mamba, a venomous climb that is steep and relentless but grants conquerors access to the playground that is Baines mountain bike trails. Cheese Grater, a furiously fast descent into the most remote section of the Paarl-Franschoek Valley. Hold on, The Land Rover technical terrain has claimed many a victim before. True Grit, a fast and rocky single-track section that takes riders toward the exit of Pass. Snake bites may be the least of your worries here. Stage 7. 70 kilometers. Climbing 2,000 meters. The last stand. For some, today's 70 kilometers has been a formality. For others, it's been the day where the race has been won or lost. With 7 days of grueling riding in the legs and the end almost in sight, the euphoria of becoming an Absa Cape Epic finisher may just be enough to pull you through. The trail to Val de Vie is not without its challenges, but the outcome is worth the exertion. Beulah Climb, an unbelievably sharp climb that reminds the rider that they are competing in the Absa Cape Epic and counting chickens should be avoided at all costs. Hawekwa Climb, a barren road that rises upwards as far as the eye can see. Rhythm is hard to come by and may require a few efforts in and out of the saddle. The Freedom Struggle Climb, the penultimate hurdle of the 2018 Absa Cape Epic, a rocky 3-kilometer climb that is completely bare to the elements, followed immediately by the final Land Rover technical terrain, the Bone Rattler, one of the riskiest descents in the entire route. You'll need to steel your nerves one last time to ensure you claim your place in mountain biking legend. Do you have what it takes? The 2018 Absa Cape Epic Route, proudly brought to you by Land Rover.